Democratic presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is facing criticism for spreading false claims about COVID-19.
He repeated a conspiracy theory that the virus was, quote, ethnically targeted against certain groups while sparing Jewish and Chinese people. Multiple prominent Democrats condemned those remarks. The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee described them as anti-Asian and anti-Semitic. The Anti-Defamation League also denounced the comments.
CBS News chief election and campaign correspondent Robert Costa joins us now. Bob, this is quite a perplexing comment. A lot of conspiracy theories come out of RFK Jr.'s mouth. I guess it was only a matter of time before he got around to the Jews, but I didn't expect him to do it quite in this way. How are other presidential candidates responding to these remarks?
Good to be with both of you. A Kennedy challenging an incumbent Democratic president. This is something we have seen in history before, most notably Senator Edward Kennedy in his challenge of then Democratic President Jimmy Carter in the 1980 presidential race. And that was a seismic political moment that really captured the Democratic Party and the tensions inside of it at that time. Years later, decades on, a Kennedy once again challenging an incumbent Democratic president, but it is in no way a comparison of like-minded things or likewise things at this point politically. Though Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is running against President Biden, his comments about vaccines, about these conspiracies, about what they all mean for different ethnic groups. They are causing disruption inside the Democratic Party, but not political upheaval. Democrats are reacting with scorn mostly or otherwise ignoring it. They see Kennedy as someone who could be a nuisance in one of the early primary states like New Hampshire, but they don't see him gaining enormous traction or even much traction at this point.
And Robert, there are multiple hopefuls from the GOP who are going to be speaking or have been speaking at the Christian United for Israel Summit in Virginia today. What are we hearing from them?
You're seeing a real battle for the evangelical vote. While it is mostly playing out in Iowa ahead of next year's caucuses, so many Republicans, as they look to try to crack apart the Republican coalition around Trump, they believe that Trump could be vulnerable with some evangelical religious voters of different religious backing or different religious persuasions, because they believe that Trump is seen as perhaps not conservative enough by that wing of the Republican Party. So they're trying to compete, trying to cast themselves as more conservative on issues like abortion.
And how are they framing Israel?
Israel has become something that really is, across the Republican Party, a monolith in terms of position. Most Republicans who are running for president, nearly all of them, are very wholehearted in their support of Israel, defensive of it when it faces criticism, like it has from time to time from different lawmakers in Congress. And they believe the United States must remain a strong and staunch ally of Israel. How exactly they frame that is more of an element of political competition, but there's not an ideological or policy debate inside the GOP about Israel. You see more of that in the Democratic Party, but even there, a lot of support for Israel, even in that party, traditionally and in recent years as well.
All right, let's shift gears now and talk about America Decides, the show you are anchoring tonight. You'll be interviewing Maryland Democratic Congressman David Trone about his Senate bid. What's the strategy there for winning statewide in Maryland?
In Maryland, because it's a blue state, much of the competition's in that Democratic primary. Who's going to have the advertising dollars? Who's going to have the name recognition? Mr. Trone is someone who now believes he can really have a path to the Democratic Senate nomination because Congressman Jamie Raskin was such a high-profile member of the January 6th committee. He has decided not to run for the U.S. Senate. He's dealing with cancer. He wants to focus on his work in the House. And Raskin's decision has opened up this Maryland Senate race. And Senate seats don't come open that often in Maryland. Oftentimes, Democrats get elected and they stay there for many years, though Maryland is always a state you have to keep an eye on. Think about Larry Hogan, the former Republican governor, won twice there statewide. So it is a blue state. Most of the competition is in the primary for the Democrats, but you never know. Sometimes the state does turn a little bit to the right.
Never know. Robert Costa, thank you.
Thank you.
And you can watch America Decides at 5 p.m. Eastern right here on CBS News.